When was the first time you saw drag?
I think I'm out of college, and the drag that I've seen in the Philippines, this was in the Philippines, is when I started, going out to clubs, and so there's this popular club in Manila where um where there's like fabulous drag entertainers, meaning it's very talented,
Mhm.
and so that's what, in essence, in my head. And this was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm aging myself here. So this is in the 90s. This is pre RuPaul
Mhm.
drag, so it's a vaudeville.
Yeah.
It's a big production, you know
Mhm.
so what attracted me about that, I know the makeup, but what attracted me to drag is the ability to 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 draw the crowd in a
Mm.
way that you're being taken to a journey,
Gotcha.
like, so
Mhm.
that's the drag that I've known. Is It's about watching someone, and we call them impersonators, or there was even a term, illusionist. That's
Oh,
how
okay.
they're saying, and it's all elaborate numbers, and
Mhm.
so for me it's like it's amazing, but it didn't interest me to see myself doing drag.
Gotcha.
You
So it was
know,
something that you enjoyed, you
I
kind of were in
enjoyed.
awe of,
Hmm.
but you
Right,
didn't see
like,
yourself doing it at any point in time?
no, yeah, no, till 3 years ago,
All right.
from the
And
90s. Yeah. Yeah, so
what changed for you?
well, the extent of my drag is
Mhm.
Halloween or Pride events, right?
Gotcha.
That before, when I used to live in Manila, so there's this Gay Manila is how they call this group, and so we're having, I think, about, like, this was in the mid 90s when they want to do the parade, and nobody wants, because a lot of members are kind of in the closet, or they are not that outward.
Right.
So I kind of volunteer as long as they pay for, makeup, hair and makeup and outfit. I said,
Mhm.
okay, let me do it. And so that's my first taste of really like doing drag, and then it transcends to like, if there's um like company parties where we're having like Christmas, celebration, then we will be doing like Supremes or any team, and I'll be performing in drag as well. So that's
Right,
about
right.
it. And then I moved to the US in 2000,
Okay.
and my background really was fitness. So my fit I do group fitness, and so I think the reason why I don't see myself in drag is because I have a very masculine
Mm.
body at the time. When you're
Yeah.
when you're in your 20s, your body just do itself without
Right.
worrying if you eat or you drink or whatever. It just builds itself, and plus, being in the fitness industry, and that's what I do, my body was a little in a masculine side, and the concept of being a woman for me has very
Mhm.
shapely and very nice and not masculine, so that was the concept. So I think that's what also what prevented me from, because I don't see myself that
Mhm.
way. So fast forward to going to the moving to the US, and then going through West Hollywood and Long Beach. They have like Hamburger Mary's where they do this drag bingos and all this, and it's still entertaining for me. What's really not for me is because I guess they are in the more adult oriented crowd, meaning
Mm.
21 and above. It's more about the sexuality and the physical, and that, and I don't see myself that way as well,
Got you.
you know so my drag is like really like, if I'm going to be a drag performer in my head, it will be like a showgirl,
Mm-hmm.
like that. I could be like, like in a big number, and then just, performing Broadway songs and music and elaborate numbers. So that's how I view myself, really, if I'm going to do drag. So I continued, like living in LA. So again, Halloween is the extent of my drag now. Like, if my, like, I remember, I only did drag three times. 2005, I did the drag, and then 2015, and then 2017. That's about it,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then move. 2019, we moved, and and oh, let me backtrack. So around early 2000, so RuPaul Drag Race came out, and and my husband worked on RuPaul's website when it
Mm.
was beginning, when
Oh,
the
wow.
first second season. So, and then he got in touch with Lip Synca, the other, the other famous drag performers, Lady Bunny. So he helped them with their website in the early 2000s, and then,
Yeah.
drag become mainstream, kind of, and bought by larger company, and then they want to control all the marketing and all this stuff. So,
Right.
but at least I get, got a somehow connection in terms of what the back end of drag is in early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
So and I see the progression of it, and I actually don't watch RuPaul Drag Race, only the first two season, I think, in the
Oh,
very
yeah. Why is that?
because I'm not interested. It's
Gotcha.
unfortunate. Because for me, like when I say drag, it's about entertainment.
Mm.
Like I don't need to know what's happening the behind the scene. Like if I
Gotcha.
know how to sew, I know how to sew out costume, to do my makeup and all this. I'm interested in the makeup, because that's something that interests me. It's like the transformation,
Right.
but the construction of makeup, the production numbers, I know, because as a performer, I know how to do that in my head. I have concepts of that, and
Right.
but that's not. I don't like to see, be, like
The
queens that
the reality
the
TV of it
reality
all.
portion of it.
Yeah.
I'm not. My husband and I were never into reality shows. Like, I
Mm.
guess I'm guilty of Nicole Richie and
Okay.
and Paris Hilton. That's the extent of my reality show. And also, I think some of I can't remember now her name, but like those are the early part of reality, when
Yeah, yeah.
it was clean, it was
Mm-hmm.
fun, and so, and then it transcend and it become different. So I really don't have that much of an interest when it comes to that. I love makeup, but more of the day-to-day boy makeup, that just to conceal some of the blemishes and all this.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really think about drag as much, other than if a group of us are going to support a drag bingo fundraising, or a pride event where there's drag performers. I am welcome to see that, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So, and then moving to Idaho in 2019, that's and then Halloween, again
Uh-huh.
Halloween. We just moved to a new town. What's Halloween like? And they have Halloween here, but it's more focused on children, that you go around
Yeah, yeah.
um, downtown. And a friend of ours who lived in Spokane said, "There's a drag show,
Mm.
Halloween drag show in Spokane. Maybe we can check it out." And so for me, it's like, oh, okay, let's do that. Let's go in drag.
Uh-huh.
So so I started conceptualizing again, like, I'm going to do drag. I don't even think about a name. I just want the look, and
Right.
even my husband. So we both came in drag, and like I did, because he has a beard,
Mm-hmm.
facial hair, but he doesn't want to shave it. And this was in 2009. I said, okay, we can do something, like, could be
Right.
like a rock star drag queen, where there's like sun, a star in your one eye, and it will glitterify your. So we
Beard, yeah.
created it,
Mm-hmm.
just for the fun of it. And then so we went, and that's when I see the different type of drag. These are like kind of the alternative type of drag, because
Mm.
in my head it's about like the
The
showgirls,
showgirls, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then what I saw, predominantly drag kings as well, is something different.
Mm.
It's something that for them it's storytelling. It's very compelling. It's
Mm-hmm.
storytelling about, I think it's an extension of their angst,
Mm.
their frustration, because learning about, some of them are trans male, that are barely 19, so
Mm.
they are in that age where they are now more like free,
Yeah.
and so now they were able to escape the life from their family that are not supportive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the angst, whether it's from family, friends, society, community, it's coming out of the music.
Mhm. So it's like an outlet for them?
It is an outlet for them. And like the thing, yeah, because it's from 14 years old to early 20s.
Mhm.
These are the group that you know that the type of music, because for me it's like, wait, you're 19, you're only this young,
Yeah,
and you're
mhm.
listening to Evanescence, or you're listening to this, like a little dark music,
Mhm.
and you're really expressing it, you know
Yeah.
and
And
for
did
me it's really like, wow, it's a powerful message.
Mhm. Is
you
that what
know
you wanted to do? Is that then did you wanna do that
Yeah,
too,
and
or
it's an amateur night.
Oh,
So for
uh-huh.
me, it's like, okay, there's something missing, because I end
Mm.
like the whole show is predominantly in that
Kinda
theme.
emo. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, I need to send my message. I need to share
Mm.
my story in a way that could be inspiring for some, that is hopeful, that
Mm.
is about self empowerment.
Gotcha.
So as soon as that show ended, I told my husband, I want to do drag.
Mm.
I'd like to do a drag show. I said, go ahead, sign up. And so that week, I look for the host. And apparently I saw the host on Grinder, and I
Uh-huh.
messaged. I said, "Hey, I saw you on the show, and how can I sign up? I'm
Mhm.
interested to do drag." And I said, "Oh, contact the producer. Here's the email, and see if there's still a spot." Because they announced that the next show, the theme is Winter Wonderland,
Mm.
Winter Ball. So for me, it's like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I contacted, and I said, oh, yeah, you can provide one number and just tell us your name and send us the song. And I said, sure, sure. And so I didn't even think about the name.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
But I have a number already in my head. I said, like, if I'm going to perform in drag, the very first song that I will do is I Am What I Am. It's a
Mm.
very old song, but I look for a version that is dancey and all that. So I was
Why
able
that
to find
song?
that, you know, because it speaks about me,
Mhm.
like one of the lyrics talks about, I like the sparkles and the spangles,
Yeah, yeah.
and 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 I hope you look at things at a different angle.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
I'm presenting myself as this. Yes, I'm glittery. I am, different. And I'm opening that up to change your mind.
Mm.
Look at it
Mhm.
at a different. Because I look at the lyrics of the songs, and I've been listening to "I Am What I Am" even like in the '90s. Because
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
songs have been performed, right, like back in the days, like.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, it's like people
And it
need to hear these songs again.